dai drumul la înregistrare. Și live.
Good afternoon. My name is Lefter Elena Aniela. I'm 12 years old and I'm from Romania.
Just a moment, please.
Okay.
Let's go live first. Wait, Zainab. Zainab Mazeh, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Hello and
Hi.
welcome. Zainab will be our moderator. But before to start, I would like to start with a short video about International Students Development Council. Please close your microphone from now. It seems the video is not working, so let's start with another one. Just a moment. I don't know why. I believe you cannot see the video. Am I right? I don't know. There is a problem in sharing. I don't know which is the problem. So Zainab Mazeh, most welcome to the second day of World Students Voice International Conference. She will be our moderator of today. Welcome, Zainab.
Yes. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all the honorable participants and the loving audience, all beautiful people present here from all around the globe. I am Zainab Mazeh, and I welcome you all on this special day to dedicate to International Conference World Students Voice. The state of education varies by country. In some countries, all students receive a high-quality education and all surrounded by individuals, parents, and government officials who put a high value on learning. In other countries, the quality of education a student receives can vary by the state, country, city, district, or even race and social class. Regardless of what the state of education looks like where a student lives, there are some fundamental rights that all students have when it comes to education. Keeping these rights in mind can help teachers and administrators to ensure all students receive the education they deserve. The right to learn. All students have the right to learn. This means they should be provided with the opportunity to attend school or participate in another learning environment and be given the materials and information they need to gain knowledge. Even students who serve disabilities and those who have extensive discipline problems deserve the opportunity to learn. It just may take more time and resources to make that happen. Adults should be sorry. Adults should be advocates for students' rights to learn and fight back against laws, policies, and that prevent this from happening. Teachers and administrators must also work to ensure that students can work in in an environment that is conducive to learning. And now, I am pleased and honored to introduce International Student Development Council. Nation's future depends on students, the youth. Piyush Pandit believes in service with pride, lead with confidence, and be inspired to impact lives. Student Council is a group of students elected by their peers and address issues of concern and organize student events and activities. A student council is a curricular or extracurricular activity for students within elementary and secondary schools around the world. A student council is a group of elected and volunteer students working together with an adult advisor within the framework of a constitution or bylaws to provide a means for student expression and assistance in school affairs and activities. Give opportunities for student experience in leadership and encourage student community relations. A student council is a group of student leaders who work with an adult advisor to collaborate with others to impact their school community, which impacts their city or town, which impacts our state, which impacts our country, which changes the world. Piyush Pandit believes that the student council helps to share ideas, interests, and concerns with teachers and school principals. He, though IIU International Student Development Council helped raise funds for school college-wide activities, including social events, community projects, helping people in need, and school reform. Most schools participate in food drives, fundraising, and parties. Many members learn skills that were an extension of their formal education. Student Council operates in many forms. The structure of institution to institution. Piyush Pandit provides a forum for student opinions, provides a forum for student opinions, interests, and desires, so these may be understood by the entire student body, faculty, and administration, and community honestly reflecting and interpreting the student's viewpoint. Piyush Pandit believes in together we can, we should, and we will achieve the dreams that every student of the globe should have. Safe, healthy, and stable places to live, learn, and work. Healthcare services at a moderate rate. Opportunities to acquire primary, secondary, and higher education along with training, life skills development, and to succeed in jobs, career, self-sufficiency, and adulthood. Thrives throughout developmental phases such as early and middle childhood, adolescence, and youth. Piyush Pandit strives hard to embrace ideas, cultures, and connections from every corner of the world, making different views and opinions a source of inspiration that enrich every member of our community. He says values such as leadership, collective knowledge, and experience to guide others, challenges for ourselves and others, dignity, intercultural perspectives. Diversity will help the members of IIU SDC to prosper. Piyush Pandit says together we will achieve more. We should inspire each other and expand our minds and perspectives, always striving to explore new ideas and innovations for the betterment of the world. And now, please watch a short video edited by our first guest of the day, and you will know who in a short time. So let's begin. It's time to invite our first guest, who is from Morocco, Hiba
No, no,
Massoud.
no, no. Sorry, the video will not work because I tried with another one, so there is a problem. I don't know if in my computer or with the video. So let's start with the first speaker of the second day, and she's known as Dan. You will tell her
Hiba
name.
Massoud.
No?
Are you here?
No. Who is the first speaker?
Nadia Sheikh, are you here? From India.
Nadia Sheikh
Yes,
is with
I'm here.
us. Welcome,
The
Nadia.
floor is yours.
Thank you. So, good evening to everyone. I'm Nadia.
Nadia, just a moment. Please turn your phone because we see you like this. Can you? Okay, nice to see you. Welcome. It's very
Okay.
good now. Where are you? Nadia, are you with us? Maybe she lost the connection or something. Okay, we will call her after.
Yeah,
So,
of course. And now with our third participant for today, Zarawi Atman from Morocco. Are you here?
Lefter Eniela is today. Second day, we are on the second day.
Yeah.
So welcome Lefter Aniela from Romania. It's nice to have you with us.
Good afternoon. My name is Lefter Elena Aniela. I'm 12 years old and I'm from Romania. Today I will talk about the right to receive schooling in your native language according to the law. This right is one of the rights of the student. I choose to talk about this right because in this context, there are several nationalities with different language, different custom. The native language is the first language a person usually learns in childhood
रीड कर रही
in
है
the family. This may be different from the official language of the country where the family lives. In modern times, some parents teach their children to speak a language other than that spoken in the community or the native language of the parents. In special language, the native language is also known as L1. This right is respected when 1. Students belonging to national minorities who attend educational unit with teaching in Romanian or the country they belong to shall be provided upon request and under the law as a study discipline native language and literature, as well as the history and tradition of the respective national minority. 2. In education, oral grants and levels admission tests and graduation exam tests are also held in the native language. 3. In education is introduced a purpose as a study discipline, the history and tradition of national minority. We teaching internative language are introduced as a study discipline. These are some of the possibilities by which the right to receive schooling in the native language can be respected. Besides this, they are rights of the students that should be respected no matter what country you belong to. That is my presentation. I want to thank the organizers for this opportunity to participate in this beautiful project.
Thank you very much, Aniela. Very happy to see your speech today, and I appreciate very much the fact that even you all, the students, and we all the teachers, why not, don't know and don't speak very well English, but you dare to be here. You have the courage to be here with us. So hats off to you. Bravo. Zainab, over to you.
Yes. And now we'd like to continue our session with our third participant, she's a Fatima. Are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
The floor is yours.
Greetings to all. I'm Shiza Fatima from Abu Dhabi, UAE. The progress of a country depends on the kind of education its students receive. Our students have to be oriented to meet the needs of 21st century learners. The state of education varies by country. In some countries, all students receive a high quality education and are surrounded by individuals who put a high value on learning. In other countries, the quality of education a student receives can vary. Regardless of what the state of education looks like where a student lives, there are some fundamental rights that all students have when it comes to education. Keeping these rights in mind help the teachers and administrators ensure all students receive the education they deserve. Here I'm going to talk about a few rights on the students. The right to learn. All students have the right to learn. This means they should be provided with the opportunity to attend school or participate in other learning environment and be given the material and information they need to gain knowledge. Even students with severe disabilities and those who have extensive discipline problems deserve the opportunity to learn. It just may take more time and resources to make that happen. Teachers and administrators must also work to ensure that all students can work in an environment that is good for learning. The right to a qualified teacher. In some areas of the world, qualified teachers are not given much exposure in the classroom. Administrators should provide training to help teachers improve their skills so that all students can have access to highly qualified teachers. Even though it takes a lot of time, teachers should work to continuously improve their knowledge and the teaching strategies and reflect upon their practice. The rights to be seen and taught as individuals. Similarly, all students come to the classroom with a different set of skills and abilities. Some students are great writers, others are great at math. Some have trouble sitting still for a long time, even though it's difficult to plan individual instructions. Teachers should work to see all students as the individuals that they are and provide resources or activities to help them meet their potential. The right to receive support. Whether students have learning or behavioral difficulties or simply need some extra help, they have the right to receive support in the classroom. It may involve tutoring students who need extra help or allowing students to retake a test. Students should feel like they can go to the adults in the school to receive help with whatever issues they may be experiencing. The right to be respected for their differences. Students come into the classroom with all kinds of differences. They are different background, interests, and viewpoints. Teachers should not put students down or treat them negatively because of these differences, and they should not allow other students to bully them or put them down for these differences either. Instead, teachers should create a classroom environment that recognizes the value of different perspectives. This right to express themselves freely. In a classroom where students feel respected and are treated with kindness, they may feel more comfortable expressing themselves. School should be a place where students can speak up and have the freedom to give the wrong answer or make a mistake without being ridiculed. The right to feel safe. School should be a place where students feel safe. Teachers and administrators should work to create a space where students feel comfortable taking risks, know that they will be accepted, and understand that the adults in the classroom are willing to protect them. Students' life is indeed a great opportunity to make or unmake ourselves, provided students are given rights to them. It is a phase in which study is tempered with recreations and enjoyment. Therefore, it is essential for every student to become the best versions of themselves so they can be a better individual of tomorrow. Lastly, I would like to thank IIU for giving us an opportunity to share our thoughts on student right. Thank you.
Wow, Shiza. You make us, you let us
This was,
without words.
Thank you.
yeah, it was
Congratulations,
fabulous.
bravo.
Yes. Meaningful
Amazing.
words at a young age.
Yes,
Much.
meaningful words from a student. Wonderful.
Thank you.
Okay, let's go on, Zainab.
Yes.
Let's see who else is here today.
Let's give the floor to Azra Afmia from South Africa. Are you with us?
Yes, I am. Thank you. Good afternoon and good evening, everyone. My name is Ezra and I am from South Africa. Today, 16th of June, here in South Africa, we are celebrating Youth Day. So what better day do we have as youth leaders to be able to speak to the world today about the youth and the fact that our voice matters as the youth? Why? Because we are leaders of today and not leaders of tomorrow. We celebrating Youth Day today in order for us to recognize and to realize that the important role that us as the youth play in society. We do not wish to be sidelined, we wish to be heard. So our voices indeed do matter. We have rights as the youth of today. These rights are basic human rights, not just for us as the youth, but for everybody around the world. We as the youth have the right to education, the right to be respected, the right to be treated with kindness, the right to express ourselves freely. We have the right to feel safe in our countries and in our communities. We have the right to have support, the right to be seen. We have the right to fair assessment, and we have a right to have a good, qualified teacher to teach us for our education benefit. We as the youth and the youth leaders of today need to make the change. Thank you to IIU, Miss Karina ma'am, and all moderators. It is truly an honor to be a part of such an amazing global student platform and make our student team heard. Our voices matter. Thank you.
Yes, your voice matter. And as someone said on the group, right, it's a right. Wonderful speech. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Zainab, please.
Fabulous. And now we have Ashima from India. Are you with us?
Hello, am I audible and visible?
Yes, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Corina ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am, for inviting me here. The young do not know enough to be prudent, and therefore they attempt the impossible and achieve it generation after generation. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. I am Ashima Jha, and I am an international public speaker and one of the youth representatives here from India. And I feel extremely privileged and thankful to be a part of this enriching discussion on youth and shaping them to be a responsible future of our world through education. The world today is a home of the largest generation of young people in history, 1.8 billion, and close to 90% of them living in developing countries, where they constitute a large proportion of the population. Connected to each other like never before, like we all are connected here through IIU and the Zoom platform, and all of us are connected. Young people want and are already contributing to the resilience of the communities, proposing innovative solutions, driving social progress, inspiring political change in urban and rural context. They constitute a tremendous and essential asset worth investing in and opening the door to an unparalleled multiplier effect. However, ladies and gentlemen, in the world of today, youth are at crossroads. Being a youth myself, I can say that on one side, they see the pompous show of wealth, luxury, enjoyment, and on the other side, they see millions of people without enough food or clothing, struggling to survive in miserable conditions. Our concern today is not just talking about the ways youth can help, but to first aware them about their responsibilities in nation building and sustainable development. Many of our youngsters face problems today, ranging from access to quality education, girl education, distractions leading to road rage, crimes, lack of skill development and proper career guidance, financial crisis, social inequality, and in these days, access to technology in poor households. However, counting to the number of problems will not solve them. And therefore, in order to address the challenges, there is a need to mainstream all the working with a youth focal point of view, dialogue opportunities between them, just like the one we are having right now, and taking their opinions, what is actually required from the fresh perspective, capacity building initiatives. Instead of directly putting big expectations on our future leaders, we need to provide them with equal opportunities in every field so that they can succeed well. They must be given all the facilities and also encouraged to take challenge to achieve success. Youth is filled up with mind, talents, and creativity. If they raise their voice on any issue, they are successful in bringing the transformation. However, before them raising their voice, it is our responsibility as the young, as the adults, as the responsible ones to ensure that they know the clear demarcation between rights and wrongs, that they raise their voice for something good. Simultaneously, one more thing needs to be taken care of in these days, which is generally taken in last priority but must be ensured. That is the mental and emotional well-being of young people. The father of nation of India, Mahatma Gandhi, had said that happiness is when what you think, what you say, and what you do are in harmony. Our programs should always focus on the mental health concerns and the mental overload that happens commonly in the world full of constant expectations, and the emphasis on regular practice of gratitude, forgiveness, and most importantly, the attitude is essential. And I can see a very beautiful smile on the face of our moderator for today. Thank you for encouraging me with your smile a lot. I would just like to conclude myself by saying these few poetic lines, which I read somewhere. Today's youth, they argue, they fight, they talk about their rights. Why don't they get their responsibilities? They feel sorrow and distressed and never ease and reset. Why don't they think positively? They show anger and aggression and lot of savage expressions. Why don't they react patiently? They insult and disrespect, and elders' orders they neglect. Why don't they regard them cordially? Their attitude is the essence, which I am sure is the legacy. Maybe it's the time to realize our flaw and bring a change that we foresee. Thank you so much, everybody, for patient listening and for having me here, for giving me this platform. Thank you so much.
Yes, you are very right. It's the time to realize your flaw. Wonderful. Wonderful words, wonderful speech. Thank you, Ashma, very much. Thank you.
This was
Thank you.
amazing. The energy that she had was totally amazing.
Totally agree
Fabulous.
with you, Zainab.
Yes. Now we have Mr. Osman from Turkey. Are you with us?
Yes, I am here.
The floor is yours.
Can I share the screen?
Yes?
Yes, you have the right.
Hello. 1 minute. The right to respect for their differences. I am from Turkey. My name is Osman Çalımlı. Organizing the learning environment in education of respect for differences and activities to be carried out with the students. Teacher family order of teaching areas, material selection and use are very important in ensuring respect for differences. Education creates children in diverse, well-planned education environments should have features stable for the development of children, safe multi-purpose, empowering creativity, problem-solving skills, and reflecting cultural diversity. In this study, let's talk about how the learning Environment should be what should be considered in respect for differences, education and activities for respect. Argument of learning environments of diversity education. In the respect for differences education program, the argument of the place in the teaching environment. The selection and use of materials are very important. Trainings should provide empathy and respect for differences. The following features will facilitate learning in environments where respect for differences education is given. Two proper boards with information that will reflect different cultural in the educational environment. Photos of people from all races, nationality, genders, and social classes in the world should be excited. Signs from famous people seen on social media have a great influence of children. The prints of photos and celebrity from different races and religions increase the effect. Event contents then can be included in the training program too. One, discriminatory attitudes and behaviors based on appearance. Two, gender-based discriminatory attitudes and behaviors. Discriminatory attitudes and behaviors based on appearance. First all, after recognizing and adapting the physical characteristic of the individual, he or she should gain the awareness that the physical characteristic will differ from person of person. Appearance is the first features that will allow us to comment on a person. At first glance, positive or negative judgments can be made by looking at the person externals. Characteristics is here skin color, being clean and well-groomed, and dressing. Words psychopath, autistic, foreign, used as nicknames in society also reflect discrimination. Uh, Discrimination based on appearance in order to avoid this, children can be given these roles in their theater and empathies with them. Gender-based discrimination, attitudes, and behaviors. In society, heavy work for men is housework. For women, women are essential, men are brave, while their profession they think for a boys are engineer, firefighters, police, and management. The professional they think of for girls are generally teaching, nursing, and cleaning. Girls need to know that they can be successful and in any field and make choices about their own lives. Boys should not think that they are weak when doing the some works as girls. Thank you. Thank you. My president is over.
Yes, wonderful presentation, Osman. I love the way you presented today, and I love the last one of the last sentences in your presentation. Girls need to know that they can be successful in any field and make choices about their own lives. And men don't have to feel weak regarding to this. Bravo, congratulations.
He was fabulous. And now we'd love to continue with Senyazi Jr. from Uganda. Are you with us?
Unfortunately, Uganda is not with us today. Their teachers sent a message and he said tomorrow will be both of them.
It's okay. Let's continue then with Ayan Ahmad Siddiq from United Arab Emirates. Are you with us?
Good evening, everyone. I'm Ayan Ahmed Siddiqui from Abu Dhabi Indian School, and I would like to thank IIU for giving me an opportunity to express my views and opinions on equal rights and opportunities in education. So, equal rights and opportunities in education is one of the factors that is of utmost significance for enhancing the system of education promoting effective growth and development of students, and facilitating the achievement of goals and objectives. Equality in education is a complex issue and is subject to political, economic, social, and cultural factors. It is apparent that all students are different from each other in terms of factors such as caste, creed, race, religion, gender, age, skills, and socio-economic background. When individuals are assigned tasks and functions in accordance to their skills on the basis of the performance, then it is regarded as appropriate. But there should not be any kind of discriminatory treatment on basis of the stated factors. Equal education is a concept that needs different interpretation. It is an important social activity and is concerning every individual within the society. Let us understanding human rights education. Human rights protect the dignity and freedom of every human being. Learning is regarded as the lifelong concept. The individuals get engaged into learning throughout their lives. It takes place from cradle to grave. Human rights education is also regarded as a lifelong process that continues to take place throughout the lives of individuals. The major aspects that need to be taken into account regarding human rights are as follows. Knowledge and skills. When individuals reach the age of 2+, they are enrolled in preschool. In preschools, learning begins with play. Apart from providing playthings and games to the students, they are provided knowledge and skills in terms of various concepts. As they complete preschool, they are enrolled for formal school. In formal schools, they acquire elementary, secondary, senior, and secondary education. Upon the completion of senior secondary education, they make a selection of a field and get enrolled in higher educational institution. Higher education is regarded as optional. The individuals may or may not get enrolled in higher educational institution. Hence, all level of education, preschool, elementary, secondary, senior secondary, and higher education make provision of knowledge and skills. As individuals begin to grow, it is essential in that part to make use of knowledge and skills to promote well-being of their families and communities. Behavior and action. Behavior and action are referred to as performance, conduct, and manners. The individuals need to ensure that their behavior and action is put into practice in such a manner that would promote well-being of themselves as well as individuals. Possession of effective communication skills are one of that influence one's behavior and actions to a major extent. One has to ensure that the behaviors and actions should not impose consequences upon individuals nor hurt anyone. In the implementation of good behavior, it is essential for an individual to possess effective communication skills, amiable attitude, approachable nature, helpful and supportive nature. With the implementation of these traits, one is able to maintain good terms and relationship with others, as well as personal and professional goals in appropriate manner. The educational institution have major objective of imparting knowledge and information to the students, not only in terms of academic concepts, but also regarding values, norms, principle, morals, and ethics. When students acquire an efficient understanding of these factors, they are able to sustain their living conditions in an appropriate manner, and render an important contribution in promoting well-being of community and nation. When acquiring and understanding human rights education, there are two aspects that need to be understood: the knowledge, skills, values, and behavior. The educators need to ensure that students are provided with equal rights and opportunities to develop competencies in terms of these factors. Finally, it can be stated that the development of competencies in terms of these factors would enable students and other members to achieve academic goals and develop motivation towards implementation of tasks and activities. Thank you.
You are talking about right for education, and yes, I totally agree with you that the higher right for the students is the right for education. All the students must have the same chance for higher education, and in my opinion, education must be for free in each country. Wonderful speech. Loved your speech, really. Kudos to you. Bravo.
Thank you.
That was amazing. And now we'll continue with Mr. Ahmed Mahdi from Somalia. Are you with us? Mr. Ahmed Mahdi, are you with us?
As I can see, I think he's not with us.
And now we'll continue with the last presenter for today, who is Rahul Kumar from India. Are you with us?
I also cannot see him as well, but maybe there is someone who want to present.
Yeah.
If we skip someone, please raise your hand or just open your microphone. Nadia Sheikh, did you present it?
No, I'm not.
No, you not. We skip you because there was some problem. So you are most welcome. Please.
Thank you. Good evening to one and all present here. I'm Nadia from India. Today I'm going to talk about the gap between politics and practices. The declaration adopted on 24 September 2012 by the United Nations General Assembly at the high-level meeting on the rule of law at the national and international levels reformed the human rights. The rule of law and democracy are interlinked and mutually reinforcing, and that they belong to the universal and individual core values and principles of the United Nations. Indeed, government responsiveness to the interest and needs of the greatest number to criticize is strictly associated with the capacity of democratic institution and process to bolster the dimensions of rights, equality, and accountability. The considered not solely an instrument of the government but as a rule of which the entire society, including the government, the bond, the rule of law, the fundamental in advancing democracy, the strengthening the rule of law has to be approached not only by focusing on the application of norms and procedures, one must also emphasize its fundamental role in protecting rights and advancing inclusiveness in the way farming the protection of rights which the border discourse on human development. The common future of both democracy and the rule of law is the purely institutional approach does not say anything about account outcomes of process and procedures, even if the latter and formally correct. When addressing the rule of law and democracy next you a fundamental distinction has to be drawn between rule by law, whereby law is an instrument of government and government is considered above the law, and rule of law, which implies that everyone in society is bound by the law, including the government, essentially constitutional limits on power. A key further of democracy require adherence enhance to the rule of law. Another key dimension of the rule of law democracy next you in the recognition that building democracy and the rule of law may the convergent and mutually reinforcing processes whenever the rule of law is defined in board ends based terms rather than its narrow, formal, and exclusively procedural terms. The nexus is strong whenever the rule of law is consciousness in its relationship with substantive outcomes like justice and democratic governance. The distinction is often criticized by resorting to the opposition between thin and thick conception of the rule of law. The thick definition delineates positively the rule of law and incorporating such elements as a strong constitution and effective electoral system, a, commit, a commitment to general quality laws for the protection of minorities and other values groups, and a strong civil society. The rule of law, defined by an independent judiciary, plays as a crucial function by enforcing the civil and political rights and civil liberties are safe, and that the quality of dignity of all citizens are not at risk. It also helps protect the effective performance of the various agencies of electoral, so, social, and horizontal accountability from obstruction and intimidation by provincial state actors. Thank you.
Nadia, do you want to know something?
Yes.
I loved your speech. Really.
Thank you
A
so
very,
much.
very, very, very good research you did. Congratulations for your work. You are amazing, believe me. All the time be confident and keep this confidence with you because you are good, okay? You are very good. Bravo. Thank you for joining us. Bravo.
Thank you.
Yes, she was amazing. And now I'd love to give the floor for Miss Corina.
Once again to me, as I was not here, yes? Yes, I started yesterday by talking about BCAP. I will continue today and I will share some more information about BCAP in order to make you more curious to join us. So let me share my screen, just a moment, because let me close the page and open another one. Okay. Are you curious?
Well, I am curious.
Of course. Actually, this is the project. Yes, the form of BICAP, as I was thinking, as we at IIU was thinking to write it. We'll not read everything because some lines you may find in our sharings. Okay, you know about this as well. So the main objective of the project is exchange of good practices and exchange of groups of students from different countries to different countries. The project title is Biggest Interactive Knowledge Exchange Program, BICAP. The project will start by 1st of June 2022 and will last 24 months till 30 May 2024. Of course, the language used will be English and legal representative is International Internship University. Here you may find some information about International Internship University, and here you can read, you will get this form of the project on your email if you will join us. How are planned the activities which we are going to have in next 2 years? So first will be a virtual meeting in August before the exchange. The first exchange of participants we changed here from November to October will be this year in 2022. The next exchange of students will be in Indonesia next year in May maybe or April, let's see. The third exchange of students will be in Nepal in October or September 2023. You see, each exchange of students has a title, a theme. So we will work related to this theme. And the last student exchange will be, wow, I cannot wait. Will be in Romania. I am waiting to welcoming you all in my country, and I hope you will enjoy in all the countries where you will participate. The participates consist in students between 14 21 years old students, and also not only students but in the project can be involved as you see in our sharings, teachers, entrepreneurs, and businessmen, and everybody who want to join such of project. I don't know if there will be something interesting for you more. I will stop this, but I want to show you something else. Just let me close the file, and maybe you can be interested about how or what we will do in India in October. So because this was the first day we has a meeting, I don't know how well you can see the page. So as you see, the team and volunteers will meet in Delhi. The next day there will be some activities, okay, like welcoming of students and teachers, introductory session, games, activities, and cultural programs, and many interesting things. Let me see if I can show you the next page. I think I have to close this one and open the next one. So the first 2 days we will be in Delhi. Then we will have a tour to Agra, a city which is not very far from Delhi, few hours by bus, I believe. And you can see here what kind of activities will be. You may see that through the 10 days we have a lot of different activities, like panel discussions on educational system, like vocational training, like robotics workshops, like country presentations by students. So if you join us, you have to work to join in India, workshops on space science, and many more. And this one is the last day, workshops again on 21st century, group discussions about rights and the responsibilities of students, of course. Show your talent, IIU annual cultural meet, and in the last day, of course, there will be certificate and memento distribution, scholarship for top 20 students, Diwali celebration, and some gifts maybe for all, and closing the ceremony, and the next day everybody will leave. I hope I make you more curious regarding to this involvement in BCAP. I will share the form, the link for registration in the chat box in Facebook. So feel free to fill the form, and after that we will keep in touch. And why not? Let's think and let's have a wonderful meeting in India. Thank you.
Well, I am curious now and I want to go there. So guys, now we invite you all to open discussion to give your feedback and recommendations. Please raise your hand and we'll give you the floor. Is anyone interested?
They must be interested, but they must open their camera for first. Please, guys, open your camera. Let's see each other and let's have a An open discussion. Thank you, Azra. Come on, open your camera. Okay, thank you, Aniela. I'm waiting for others. Please open your camera. Let's discuss.
So,
Shiza, Fatima.
hello.
So, what you can say about today session? Who can say something? Maybe something what you see in another speaker presentation, or you hear, or was something really curious to you? Please, teachers
Any
are.
And we learned
recommendations?
the rights in our school, and we understood what are wrong, and what are the rights,
Mm-hmm.
and how the teachers should treat students.
Yes. So, tell me more. She wanted to say something, but I stopped her. Sorry. How the teacher should treat students. Let's discuss about this.
Yeah.
How the teacher should treat students. What is your opinion? I'm talking to students now. Azra, what
The
do you think?
teachers should teach with positivity,
Exactly.
encourage the students to participate in activities.
Yes. Yes. All the time we have to be positive in order to give confidence to our students, to encourage them, and never, never, never discourage them. Doesn't matter what they will do. Azra, please.
To be honest, here in South Africa, what I would do is, like, many of my friends, they have suicidal attempts because of bullying. So I would actually go and I would surprisingly just go and talk to them, like give them advice and everything. So I think that teachers need to like get more involved with that, so that they can help their students with bullying and with getting over things. So,
Yes, totally agree, because there are teachers I can see even in my school, and not only, uh, we can call them passive teachers. They are going to class, they are doing their job, and that's all. But as Azra said, teachers must be more involved and help students in different problems like bullying. Yes, it's a good topic, Christ. Thank you. Someone else? The teachers, you have the right to say some words about our students today. Yes, Miss Batul.
Hello, all. First of you, I want
Hello.
to say congratulations for this amazing session, for all the participants and for the moderators, for you as leaders. I'm so proud of you all, and especially for Zainab, my student. And this is just to motivate her. She deserves a lot. Actually, I know that we have, as you said, a lot of passive teachers who think that their role is just only to give the curriculum that they have to do, and this is a traditional task. So they don't think about building personality, about motivating children, students, having friends, even because, especially because we are teaching in high classes. After 2 or 3 years, we find them our friends out. So, and even they help us. We find them in many careers that really help us. So I think we don't have to think that we are teachers and they are students, because they even sometimes are teachers for us.
Yes, very true.
So they teach us a lot of things. So now I feel that I'm sharing here as a student and Zainab is a teacher even. And this is because of your motivation. And I have also to say thanks, a big thank for Miss Maha. Also, Miss Maha plays an important role for motivating her colleagues. and even the students. Hello for you, Ms. Maha, and special thanks also for you. I feel so happy when I share in such international programs, really. And I'll always be there to learn more and more how to be a good leader, a good teacher for my students. We learn from you that this is not only a lesson that we have to give. So we have to work more on motivating them, on giving them wings to fly, on seeing them just fulfilling their dreams and their achievements out of the books, out of the classroom walls.
Exactly. Totally agree with you and with
Thank
these
you.
points. Thank you very
Yes,
much. Please,
thank
Maha.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Ms. Corina.
Hello.
I would like to thank first Ms. Batul for joining us today and usually for supporting her students to participate in most of the IIU educational program. As you mentioned, our role is not just to give them information, especially nowadays with online learning. We can find the information everywhere. Our role as educator, I believe, is to inspire our students to be the leaders, the agents of change. And actually, she's doing that every day. Also, I would like to thank you, Ms. Corina. I usually do, and I consider you our role of inspiration. We started our journey for the other school, just to tell them a little bit about our journey with IIU. We started actually in December, and we are here till June, and sure we are going to continue, even though my students have final exam tomorrow. They are insisting on participating, just to tell you that they are doing that because of their passion, because of their motivations. Okay, usually people with passion can change the world. IIU gives them this passion because with IIU they have a chance to be leaders, not just a passive listener. And I think this is the main difference between IIU educational programs and other educational programs that we join online. Here, the situation is different because really students feel that they can do a change. Really, students feel that they can be leaders. They have confidence. I was so happy just listening to Zainab today. She was calm, she's confident. And that's exactly the real change we want to see in each one of them. And that's why I think we are here today with Moscorina. We didn't consider her program, especially when she mentioned BICEP. I consider one of the best educational program because it's the beginning of a journey with IIU. Because BICEP gave my students, as Ms. Batul mentioned, wings to fly. They started to be confident about themselves. The hesitant students are no more just have this feeling. They can share, they can speak, they say whenever they want. So really, thank you, Ms. Corina. Thanks for IIU for such amazing program. And sure, we are going to continue the journey. It's just the beginning.
Thank you, Maha. I have to say thank you, not you. I have to say thank you, and thanks God for blessing me with meeting all of you on this platform. And of course, I have to thank to Mr. Piyush Pandit, because if there was not Mr. Piyush Pandit, if there was not IIU, there was not BICAP, there was not student conference, there was nothing. So thank you, Mr. Piyush Pandit, grateful to you, and blessed to join IIU, blessed to work with the team of IIU. Through this program, through those programs in IIU, I was blessed to meet you all. And for that, I'm very, very, very thankful. Thank you. Anyone else who want to share something?
I'd love to say something.
Yes, please. Sure.
First, I'd love to thank IIU, you, Miss Corina, and now especially for Miss Maha, Miss Batul, also for being beside me, and all of the organizing team also. It's such an amazing opportunity for me to chair and be a moderator in such program. Like it's just raising me the adrenaline in my blood. It's really just super amazing to talk with people, to share from all around the globe. This is amazing.
You know, I knew from start that you are in final exam period. That's why
Yeah.
I consider you all super girls. You are super girls, really. Thank you very much for involvement. Thank you.
Okay.
If there is no one else, we can conclude the meeting.
Yes.
I would
Yes,
like to
please.
say one more thing.
Sure.
I definitely want to say thank you for giving all of us definitely a platform like this where we can talk to each other and engage with each other and help each other to become better people and within ourselves, and so thank you for
Yes,
that.
yes. We have to thank you.
I'm
We have.
really thank you so much for this opportunity given to us, because though I'm in grade 5, I still understood the right of ours.
And in the next day, if you will join us, we all will understand more about student right. Thank you very much to all of you. Please, Zainab.
Yes. I'm literally speechless. Wow. What an amazing and unique event by International Internship University and International Student Development Council. We like to believe that any any beautiful, creative, and lasting collaboration is a step forward for the future for education. Only together we can create leaders who perform day by day heroic acts and create dedication. Heroes, yeah, heroes who inspire with their power to give, with intelligence that opens minds, that challenges people with questions to explore new horizons. Because we are unique, and this day will give us an extra reason to share with others what we love and let them know us better. It's my privilege to give votes of thanks. No words to express my gratitude to our guest speakers for the day. You all are amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you, organizing team, for being so supportive. It was also a great experience for me as a host when we have such a galaxy of brilliant students from all over the globe and such a nice audience on Facebook. Like to be a part of this wonderful event. Thank you all and see you again tomorrow, same time and same place. Stay tuned.